Hi, welcome to Love Saranghae with Peter and Andrea. In the next 30 minutes, we'll take you on a journey into the exciting world of entrepreneurship, relationships, and the secrets behind achieving that coveted glow. Are you ready? Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of Love Saranghae with us, Peter and Andrea. Today we're diving into a powerhouse ingredient that's been making waves in both dermatology clinic and skincare routines, not to mention social media all around the world. And that ingredient is tranexamic acid. You may have seen it in serums or heard whispers about doctors prescribing it in pill form. But what exactly is it? What does it do? And how do you know whether you should be applying it to your skin or taking it orally? Today we're going to break down what tranexamic acid really is, how it works, and most importantly, how to use it safely and effectively to treat things like hyperpigmentation, melasma, and more. If you've been searching for clarity around this buzzy ingredient, this episode is for you. You ready, Peter?
I am ready, Andrea, and I'm excited to talk. Yeah, and I'm excited to talk about tranexamic acid today because it's one of those ingredients that we were looking into and researching almost 3 to 4 years ago,
yes,
before it became buzzy. And so we were kind of, not to toot our own horn, but we were involved with bringing tranexamic to market way before social media got a hold of it. So
we were first. We were the innovators.
Well, I mean, we weren't first, but we were one of the early ones. So I'm happy to talk about it today because I'm excited about the research that we did and the products that we brought to market. All right, let's get going.
Now, before we do, I just want to sort of put a disclaimer there. We are not doctors. We are formulators. We work with scientists here in North America and in the US and in Korea. And so this information is based on our extensive research. But of course, for you, for each individual person, everyone is different. I encourage you to discuss whatever you're deciding on with the doctor or the dermatologist before making a decision. Okay, with that said, let's start at the beginning. Very simply, what is tranexamic acid and what does it promise to do for our skin and overall health?
Okay, so tranexamic acid is a synthetic compound that comes from the amino acid lysine, okay? It was first produced or made in 1962 by two Japanese researchers named Shosuke and Utako Okamoto. All right, so it's Japanese.
I love that
synthetic.
Name, Okamoto.
Okamoto, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is a prescription drug, not a generic supplement, right? So you just can't go to like a vitamin store and take this off the shelf. It must be prescribed. And it was first prescribed to women with heavy menstrual bleeding because it was a blood coagulator. So tranexamic acid thickens and coagulates your blood, okay?
So in other words, if you have very heavy periods, for example, it will clot that blood and make the periods lighter.
Yeah, exactly. What happened, though, was that the researchers found that when taking tranexamic acid, both orally and topically, it blocks the transfer of the pigment melanin from the melanocytes up to the upper layers of the skin cells. Okay, so that's their mechanism of blocking the pigment from forming on top of your skin. So in other words, it lightens our skin. And that is why now it is starting to be used for treatment of hyperpigmentation.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. Interesting how things happen when they least expect them sometimes.
That's right.
What's the difference between using tranexamic acid topically, so for example on a skin serum, sort of put on your face or your hand, your arm, versus taking it orally in a pill form?
Yeah, there's a big difference actually. So ingesting anything is risky, right?
Yes.
Everyone here should have a mother back in the day when you put stuff in your mouth, they said, take that out of your mouth. There's a reason why, right? Everything that you ingest, ingesting anything is risky. I'm that father too. A drug will be absorbed, any drug or any substance will be absorbed when you put it through your mouth, through your digestive system, through the kidney, and into your bloodstream, okay? Why this is important is that the drug is then delivered from the bloodstream through the entire body. So imagine what this means, right? The effect we're looking for is just one potential tiny effect in a sea of potentially unwanted or undesired effects. So how does it interact with the brain? How does it interact with our heart? What about our lungs? We just can't be 100% sure. So digesting something, the good thing is that it may act quickly. The really bad thing is that it has effect on everything else in our body.
Yes.
Okay? Topically, the desired lightning effect may take longer, but it's much, much safer because everything is localized, right? That's the issue.
So I think it's also important to note is that the tranexamic acid in oral form or pill form, there's just not a lot of research yet on what the long-term effects may be or may not be. And I think that's where the caution is here, is that it may be completely fine, but we don't know. And because we don't know, we always want to caution our audience around ingesting something like this without more research. And it doesn't mean that there isn't any. It's just there isn't any long-term research that we can say, okay, this study is over 20 years long, and this is what we've learned from this study. We can't say that yet. And so that's why we are cautioning you here.
Okay, so that's a really good segue then. So let's talk about the potential side effects then. So what are some of the side effects that we know come from tranexamic acid taken orally, right? Or topically, but orally first. So because it is a blood coagulator, it coagulates blood. So what does that mean? If the blood gets thicker in your veins, it increases pressure going to your heart. So the single largest or most risky side effect is heart attack. The potential for a heart attack because your blood gets too thick, right? There's other things like diarrhea, upset stomach, blurry vision, whole bunch of side. But the biggest thing is going to be a potential increase of heart attack.
So, and we don't know what that is. We don't know what the percentage is because there isn't the studies for that.
Exactly.
So we have to wait and see.
Yeah. And so from a topical perspective, there is no known side effects at all, especially at the percentages that we use in topically, right? So we're anything from 1 to 5%, and we use 1% because it interacts really well with the other ingredients. We can talk about that later. And there is one thing that I want to highlight, which is, look, hyperpigmentation is not a disease, right? It's not something you cure and then you cure forever. Hyperpigmentation, just like wrinkles and skin aging, is just simply a part of the process of aging for our skin. So over time, our melanin produces a little bit more pigment, a little less pigment, and it comes out as hyperpigmentation, which means that this is something that must be addressed at all times, right? It's something that it's kind of like exercise. You practice good skincare so that all of these things your skin becomes healthy and brighter every single time. So that's why skincare routines are every day. Imagine taking oral tranexamic acid every single day for the rest of your life. We don't know what that will do, right? Yeah. So that's a danger that we have with tranexamic acid is, if it was something that you take once and your hyperpigmentation is cured, maybe it's not that big a deal. But hyperpigmentation doesn't work that way. You must practice good skincare and good routines to make sure that you keep it at bay for the rest of your life, just like exercise. And so topical is always, for us, recommended because there's just there's very little side effects and a lot of the upside.
Right. Okay. So who's best suited for topical tranexamic acid and who might benefit more from the supplementation and prescription?
Well, yeah, this is a really tough question, right? So for me, anyone whose quality of life is affected by hyperpigmentation can try taking both oral and topical along with other ingredients that help reduce hyperpigmentation. I don't see a situation where you just simply take oral tranexamic acid, right? Because that's the most risky out of all of them. So why wouldn't you combine it with topical tranexamic acid and topical vitamin C, topical azelaic, topical alpha-arbutin, because they have no side effect, very, very safe. So, try taking it oral, but also others as well. But because oral has the highest, risk of side effects, it's, I only recommend it for people whose quality of life is greatly affected by hyperpigmentation. Yeah. Anyone else?
I would say that if you've tried everything and it's really affecting your confidence and you feel like, this is going to change your life, then maybe this might be something to explore with a trusted dermatologist. And also, you're not in pregnancy or you're not planning to be pregnant. You're not breastfeeding. All of those things are very important. Someone like me who has colitis, which is an autoimmune disease, I would not be someone I would not try it because my body is already sensitive and compromised. So it really does depend on how badly and how quickly you want this to be solved and at what cost.
So that's a great point. So one of the other side effects that I forgot to mention for pregnant people is that it may lead to heart defects in infants. So make sure if you are thinking of taking oral tranexamic acid, please consult your physician and take a look at all the potential side effects, especially if you're pregnant. And the other thing I want to say is that, if you're trying out these ingredients for the first time, always try topical first as the first option for anyone, regardless, because if it doesn't work, then you can upgrade to a more powerful, like oral tranexamic acid, but you can't go the other way. Because if you have, massive side effects from oral tranexamic acid, it's already too late. So start slow, start topical, work on up, and then you end with the most risky option at the end, not the other way around. That's that's what we recommend.
I think that's an important point. Also, in general, in life in general, I think it's important to start gently and slowly, and then start building as it goes. Let's talk about this in a practical way now. So, someone is just beginning their journey with tranexamic acid. They may decide on social media and TikTok, and they want to, test out this product or this ingredient. What should they look for in a product in terms of percentage, in terms of combinations, and how can they incorporate it into their routine without irritating the skin or potentially causing harm?
Yeah, this is an interesting question, right? Because, to be honest with you, there's no right or wrong answer. It depends on the individual. So hyperpigmentation treatment is not an exact science, okay? There's a lot of trial and error that is required here to figure out what works for you, right? Tranexamic acid may work better for me, but vitamin C may work better for you. 1% is enough. 5% may be needed for somebody else. You just don't know, right? This is not like exact math. So our recommendation is not to trust in one particular ingredient, but look for a formulation that harnesses the lightening properties of all the other ingredients. Because although tranexamic acid is hot and everybody's talking about it, and it seems like a great ingredient, you can't forget about ascorbic acid, alpha-arbutin, azelaic acid, niacinamide, kojic acid, glutathione. These are all proven to have hyperpigmentation effects. Again, not for everyone, but for others.
A big majority of people.
Exactly. So my point is that what we're trying to do as formulators is figure out a way to combine and harness the powers of all of these ingredients such that anybody who uses them can have an effect from maybe the kojic acid or maybe the niacinamide combined with a little bit of the azelaic or tranexamic acid. So, for example, our hyperpigmentation duo combines 4 key ingredients: vitamin C at 25%, niacinamide at 10%, glutathione at 1%, and tranexamic acid at 1%. We chose these 4 because for various combinations, these 4 in those concentrations provided us the best results in the quickest amount of time. And each ingredient approaches reducing hyperpigmentation in a slightly different way. But when combined, they give you the results you're looking for.
Exactly. So in a skincare routine, this might look like cleanser, toner, maybe an eye cream. Then you will add your hyperpigmentation duo, which is the vitamin C, with the tranexamic acid, plus the niacinamide with the glutathione. Then you might add a deep radiance or a bioactive serum, and then either the Firm and Last moisturizer or the Aurora cream. And that's what you would do in your nighttime routine. We recommend this to be used at night, not during the day, for best results.
Yeah. This, the Andrea's proposed skincare routine or recommended routine works for most people. It may not work exactly for you. And if you have any more questions, please contact us at our website, or there is a skin consultation page. You can submit your question and we will do a one-on-one consultation with you and answer any specific questions you have about ingredients, skincare routines, how to build one, that fits your exact skin stage, skin concern, and your skin age.
Yeah, exactly. Those skin consultations are really powerful, a really great opportunity for you to get targeted advice based on your specific needs and situation. So, for example, maybe you have other skin concerns, and then we can sort of tweak what we recommend for you so you get the best results and also the best bang for your buck, because we all want that, right?
Okay.
All right, well, tranexamic acid is proof that science-backed skincare doesn't have to be confusing or intimidating. Whether you're reaching for a targeted serum or possibly exploring oral options with your doctor or dermatologist, understanding the why behind what you're using can empower you to take control of your skin's health and your self-care rituals. So it's really important to understand why you're using these ingredients and what you're trying to target by using them. And then you'll know better how to approach which one would be best for you. If you found today's episode helpful, please share it with someone who may be suffering from hyperpigmentation, or with someone who's just interested in leveling up their skincare routine. And as always, if you have any questions, please do reach out to us. We're always happy to support you. So thank you for being here, and we'll see you again soon.
Take care.
Thanks for listening to Live Saranghae with us, Peter and Andrea. If you've enjoyed this episode, leave us a review. Your ratings and reviews help more people like you find our show. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and share this podcast with someone you think would love it. Until next time, love yourself, love one another, and love the world.